Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to you from the city of Basel in Switzerland and the Men's World Curling Championship 2016. It's day 2 of the championship in this beautiful city in northwestern Switzerland. Lots to do, lots connected with the River Rhine, of course, which flows through the centre of the city. Plenty of modern and historical architecture to admire as well. Red sandstone, a major feature in this city. So the curling itself is taking place at the impressive St. Jakobshalle Arena. And they're trickling in this morning. It's early on a Sunday morning, but they're trickling in ready for the action. So what do we have for you? Well, it's draw 3, and our featured game is this one, Germany against Japan. Both with defeats yesterday, so keen to get going today. Switzerland also playing this morning, so not surprisingly, quite a few Swiss fans in. I'm Alison Walker, and alongside me, Sander Rovak. We'll be providing you with live commentary on Germany and there are the German team limbering up against Japan. Doing a bit of stretching, feel like doing a bit of that myself this morning, Sander. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a bit of a special one. Only two games out there in the arena today, with the 4 sheets available.
Slightly different for the players as well. A bit more focus on these 2 games. So here are the teams for Germany. The lead is Sebastian Schweizer. At second, we have Mark Muskatowicz. Their third player, Manuel Walter. And Alex Baumann, the skip. For Japan, the lead player, Kazuki Morozumi. At second, Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi. At third, Tetsuro Shimizu. And the skip, Yuzuki Morozumi. So the standings thus far, Scotland, what a start they've had. 2 wins. Canada, Denmark, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway. Sweden rather, 1-0, and Norway 1-1, losing to Scotland last night. Russia also 1-1. Finland, Germany, Japan, and the United States, all with losses, and Korea, no wins thus far. So as we said, these are the games, only 2 games going on. First thing on sheet B, Switzerland against Sweden, and our featured game on sheet C, Germany against Japan. A morning game is different, Sander, isn't it?
Well, especially with only the 2 sheets out there. It's a little more quiet, maybe more of a sleepy atmosphere. Whereas Sumi looking maybe not 100% this morning, but I'm sure he'll be waking up as soon as we get underway here.
Good to see some young fans in this morning, getting out of bed and getting here to see the best curlers in the world, focused and ready for action. And Germany struggling yesterday, Sander. We watched that game. There's the stone colours, red for Germany, Japan yellow. He never quite got going, Alex Baumann, did he?
No, they were playing Switzerland, and the Swiss boys were making most of the shots, and especially Baumann really struggling with, I guess, finding ice. He was over curling a lot. I'm not sure if he was being positive enough with his throws, and they were pretty much just on the wrong side of the inch a lot. We'll see if they've been able to adjust.
And on a different sheet of ice, and that might make a difference as well. And Japan also losing. So both teams, well, someone will win, obviously, but both teams will want to get back on track. So here we go. See the clocks in the background there. And the timing for each team.
Yeah, we'll start by throwing the centre guard. Maybe just a tad too long there. But again, we'll see some stones in play. We haven't seen too many cautious first ends in the competition so far.
Kazuki Morizumi, the lead for Japan.
Also, younger brother of Skip Morizumi.
Originally from Nagano.
Yeah, these boys play out of the Karuizawa Curling Club. Excellent facility, and I believe both the skipper and third Tsuyoshi, they work there as both ice makers and instructors.
They live and breathe curling for sure. Work and play. Sebastian Schweizer, the lead for Germany. Been on this team for 6 years. Lives in Willingen, Schwenningen in Germany, and he's a marketing manager.
Yeah, just going to roll out there. It's going to leave a free draw for Japan to come around that centre guard, but with it being so long, so far away from the house, it'll be hard to find a spot where Germany can't come after it.
And we're talking about Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi. There he is. Been together a long time, this team. Must know each other very well indeed. Big fan of cycling as well as curling. Best finish at the Worlds is 5th in 2013. Team Japan. And Alex Baumann, of course, making his debut at this level. Mark Miskatovic, second for Germany, the youngest player on the team.
Yeah, I believe the youngest player on the ice today. Well, Gar's pretty long. They could probably come after it and just play the hit, but they've elected to throw the draw. This one will come up a bit heavy, I believe, and just slip off the eel.
There's a reminder, if you need it, of the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 38-minute thinking time, and the 160-second timeout.
Hit and roll. Dreißig. 30 ist Bumper, sowas. 30. Ja. 30.
You'll see that stone just nibbling the back of the forefoot is fully buried, but with the amount of swing on the ice here, it's very possible for Germany to come after it around the guard, get enough finish, and play this little quiet hit and roll.
Miskatovic there, just a couple of years on the team. He's an electrician from Baden-Baden. Where's this one going to finish?
super.
That's a very nice shot there.
Crowd enjoyed that one.
Schön.
Satsuru Shuzo, third player, 28 years old. Manuel Volta, third player, lives in Karlsruhe in Germany. He's a Clark when he's not curling. Been on the team for 6 years or so.
Schöner, wunderbar. Papa!
Oh, and not quite finding his touch this morning.
Yeah, just really over curl there. Not able to catch the red. You see, he's past the guard
He looks
quite a bit, but again, just a lot of swing on the ice
look at
here.
that, yep.
With the soft weight, you will find the curl. Perhaps a little inside on the broom, or just threw that a bit too late. That's a great chance for Germany to put 2 red stones on the house here, maybe get an early deuce.
Nein, ist perfekt. Nur Richtung, nur Richtung. Sehr lang. Sehr lang. 4. Länge wird lang. Ein, 4.
Coming pretty tight to the guard. This might just pop out on the other side, actually. And I think it has a little bit. Well, definitely. Completely in the open. And
Missed opportunity.
yeah, just maybe not enough ice there. Overcurled, pop out on the other side, and it's has left a double for Morozumi. Still gonna have to make it, but it's very accessible.
So the skip, Yuzuki Morozumi, 31 now. Seems to be been around a long time. Aiming for this double.
Just gonna stuff it there. Didn't seem to panic too much with the line call, actually.
Wichtig ist, dass wir zweimal liegen. Ja. 20. Langsam.
Well, as first end as you'd expect, just not quite got the ice or quite got their touch.
Bisschen mehr. So.
Chance has been missed by both teams.
Ja, okay. Bisschen mehr? Ja, weil das war das Eis von meinem.
Yeah, we're down to skip rocks, and Baumann has a really good chance of playing a little hit and roll off the top one here to sit 2. And try and roll to a spot that leaves a very awkward double for Japan.
Yep, all about the roll here and where it finishes. Max Baumann, also 31 years old, curling for 24 years, so he was just a youngster when he started.
Hard, 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 hard. Hard. Ganz weg. Hard, 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 hard.
Well, that is not exactly what they were looking for there. I wonder if it looked like they were over curling early and they tried to change up the call to get the inside roll. Just couldn't curl enough for that either. So we'll stuff it at the back and actually leave Japan now a chance to score 2. So a bit of a turnaround. All swings and roundabouts in this first end.
Yeah, swung one way and then the other. Back in Japan's favour.
And if Morozumi can ever play a little hit and roll here. Just roll maybe a foot to the right hand side as we saw it. Actually going to leave a bit of a tricky draw too for Baumann.
Oh, trying hard to get it past that one, and they did.
That's pretty good. And Baumann just putting down the broom for Manuel Walter to play the nose hit. So definitely not drawing. We did see him struggle yesterday in our broadcasts. He was drawing in the first 2 ends. It ended up giving up a steal in both. Didn't score until the third, and until he played the nose hit. So maybe splitting to what was a little more comfortable yesterday.
Yep, this is what he's more comfortable with. On a stone of this first end. Can he secure the point for Germany? Yes, he can. So, first end played. And Germany with the lead after 1. Germany 1, Japan 0. Crowd enjoying the action. Here at this Jakob Haller Arena. Real mixture of nationalities. Coming along on this Sunday morning. As you can see, just the 2 games going on in this draw to finish this second draw off. And Germany with the early lead in that first end. So Japan hoping to build with the hammer in end number 2.
So you'll see Skip Yosuke Morozumi actually come out and help out with the sweeping. It's all about the directional sweeping this season. Probably Tsuyoshi with a sharp brush there wasn't able to sweep for weight, so the skipper was helping out.
So last stone of the Swiss game in the first end. Switzerland against Sweden, the Swiss with a win, as are the Swedes. And you can hear from the response of the crowd. Sven Mikkel getting his team going. Smiles all round. No keeping it to a blank in that one. No, it's a 2. It was a 2. 2-0. Back to our featured game, second end.
Dazu wählen. Ja. 30.
30.
Okay.
Weiße da außen. Wollen wir 10?
Ja. 10.
Skatovic for Germany.
Pest. Okay.
And that was 2 shots for the Swiss, so they take the lead over Sweden on sheet B, just beside this one. We'll keep tabs on that for you, but this is the one we're concentrating on, Germany against Japan. Both teams losing yesterday.
Well, I actually see Japan just ignore that stone, the forfeit now, and just draw straight around the corner with that second red stone now being off the center. Comes a little deep, but does get buried, so pretty good draw nonetheless. That corner again, just it's a pretty long guard, so very possible for Germany to come after it with a quiet wait. And with the directional sweeping in mind, there's a bit more you can do nowadays. Basically, if you sweep with the curl, we'll get all extra bend, as we'll see.
Yeah, you can see a good example of that there.
Yep. And now switching it up with manual water to keep it straight again. A little bit back and forth. Makes a good shot.
Yeah, would have loved it to have rolled just a little bit more. Thomas Lips, the coach for Germany, keeping a close eye on things. Oh, he liked that shot, I think. Every move, every stone, every shot is analysed and reviewed. And that's well played by Japan. And there's the Japan coach, Hatomi Magaoka.
Yep. Easy. Yep.
Ja!
Gut. Und wolltest du den Roll? Nee.
Auf die Seite.
So, der wollte Roll. Communication.
Let's get. Okay. Warte. Okay. Let's get.
Hits and rolls. Maybe just a bit far.
Ja.
Langsam! Ja, stehen! Und!
You'll see Mark Moskatowicz really working all by himself here to try and keep the line here. Just going to roll to the back of the foot. So the rules for this event is that each team gets to have 4 sweeping brushes and 4 new pads per game. So you'll see some broom rotation.
I don't want to wear them out too soon.
Yeah, you might see the skip keep his broom for most of the game, and then you might see him give that broom away to the front end for the last couple of ends to have more of an abrasive pad for the last couple of ends to make some key shots, really.
So brushes or brooms?
Bisschen mehr.
Mehr, oder?
There's been a lot of kerfuffle this season.
Are they called brushes or brooms?
Seems to have it happen every couple of decades or so. We've had a lot of hysteria with the corn brooms back in the day. Had the hair brushes this season, they were banned. It seems like everyone's quite happy with the system implemented for this week.
Nein.
This one actually over-curling by quite a bit, catching the corner guard, pushing that Yellowstone into the house. That is a huge mistake. Now allowing Japan to play a hit in the back, 8 foot to lie 3.
Oh, she's thinking, how did that happen? He always looks a little perplexed. Alex Bowman.
I don't think he ever thought that was going to be a possibility to push the corner guard in. Leaving those yellows perfectly separated as well.
You couldn't have positioned it better for the opposition.
And I don't think Japan needs to do anything too fancy here, just a nose hit on the back red, and Bowman's going to be left actually quite difficult double just to give up 2. It's that in turn of Bowman just over curling again. We saw that yesterday as well.
Hasn't quite got it sorted yet. Only the second end though.
Great chance for Japan. And they will make that nose hit. And
there we go, what a great position. 3 yellows for Japan. Counting. And Germany under pressure here.
no natural double either here.
Was machen die hier?
They haven't even looked at a double so far.
So ein Double? Was meinst du? Probieren wir ein Double?
It's a very thin double either way you go. We're looking at maybe I'll play the hit and roll off the wide left. Try and roll in front of that yellow stone at the back 8, just played by Murzumi.
Den halt ganz dünn oder vielleicht wirklich den versuchen und nur den Roll in der D-Lastation abhängen. Den Roll, dass man den abhängen in die Guard. Hä? Das halt auch. Ja. Wenn er halt leicht außen liegt, dann kann er auch den Runback spielen mit Roll in für 3. Und den Roll. Ja, ich würde schon auf das Second gehen. Entweder rollen wir dann vor den da oder rollen wir weit, weil wenn du ganz rüber rollst, kriegst du immer noch Shots im Gegensatz zu dem.
So mit 10? 0?
Ja, mit 0 auf jeden Fall. So, ja. Option ist hier.
Ja.
10, oder?
0?
So I believe they are playing that hit and roll. He's going to hit this yellow stone on the left. I believe then roll in front of that stone in the center. Makes it a little more difficult for Japan to score their 3.
That's if he can pull it off.
Playing quite a bit of weight actually here. And they won't curl enough to make that roll.
No, he needed to be closer to the middle. Make sure that they were counting.
Sorry.
Yep. Apologises to his team. And this should be relatively straightforward for the Japan skip. So last stone of this second end from Yuzuki Morozumi. Moro, as he's known, nickname. Can he secure the 3 points for Japan? Yes, he can. It's a good score in this second end for Japan. So after 2, it's now Germany 1, Japan 3. You're watching live coverage from the World Men's Curling Championship 2016. We're in the St. Jakobshalle in Basel in Switzerland. Alison Walker and Sander Rovak bringing you live commentary on this, our featured game between Germany and Japan. Also keeping tabs on the Switzerland-Sweden game, which is also going on in the arena this morning. So if you hear some cowbells and noise, that's where it's coming from. So Japan taking the lead, 3-1, after picking up 3 in that second end. And now Germany have the hammer. And what can they do with it?
Ganz kurz, Bill.
Aus Logo.
Finish gut.
Ganz kurze. Gut. Genau im Feld ist er. Ja. Nimm noch ein Stück. Mittlere kurze. Hart. Weiter. Noch ein Stück, noch ein Stück. Weiter. Gut. Gut. Oh. Perfekt. Hervorragend, hä?
So you see the one sweeper there, you see the skip coming out as well. When and where and how often.
Yeah, I believe Shimizu would be having a bit more of an abrasive brush. Doesn't really work that well for weight, sweeping for weight. So you'll see the skipper come out a few times with a pad that's probably all more broken in. You'll see most teams probably have one pad broken in and one all more abrasive when they play draws. So you got one sweeper for the weight and got the second sweeper to finish it off with a touch more curl.
Sebastian Schweizer. Just catching that other yellow, but both going out all the same.
They haven't succeeded to medal at the World Men's Championship. In fact, Japan's never medaled at the men's, but we had a bit of a fairy tale with the Japanese women in Swift curling, didn't we? Scoring their silver medal, first ever World Men's or World Championship medal for Japan as a curling nation.
In fact, first time that they even got to the final. A very impressive performance by the women's team. So huge interest in Japan in curling at the moment, and a lot of eyes will be on this Japanese men's team as well. And the best they've done is 5th in 2014 in Beijing in China.
Yeah, that year just losing out to Nicholas Edin in a tiebreaker game to make it to the playoffs.
Yep, they weren't far away.
Been around the block a few times.
Certainly an established team, and always provide a threat.
Been very consistent at the Pacific Asia Curling Championships. Although they haven't won yet. I believe they've lost the final 6 years in a row.
That's quite a record, isn't it? Silver, 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 silver. So let's head to the other sheet then. Switzerland against Sweden. Swiss with 2 in that first end, remember. And last stone from Nicholas Edin.
Yeah, it's playing all tap here actually to get to the 1 foot. After Sven Michael made a really nice out-turn draw.
See that other yellow one, just hoping to nudge that up and into a counting position.
That's a very nice, delicate little tap.
Nicely done, a lot more difficult than it actually seems. So Sweden do get one.
Yeah.
Switzerland 2, Sweden 1.
Yeah, they seem quite relaxed with that shot, but that was not an easy one. We got a nice round of applause from the home crowd, actually.
Yeah, they know they're curling here. Appreciate the good shots.
Even when made against the home nation, the home team.
There's lots of Nicholas Edin fans out there, though, aren't there? He's a very popular player on the circuit. I know you're Norwegian, but you can still appreciate.
Well, yeah, no, they're always good fun, and we'll be seeing a bit of them on the broadcast later in the week. As they're trying to defend their title from last year. Remembering, of course, it's not only about the medals this week, it's about Olympic points, qualify for Pyeongchang.
Yeah, this is the first event that it's counting. Same with the Women's Worlds last week. So every game, every win really does matter. So even if you're not in the running for medals, you need those wins on the board, get those points for the Olympics. And all these teams will have their eye on going to Korea in 2018.
Yep, 7 spots available to get there directly, and then 2 more spots for the Olympic qualifying event. And of course, the last spot being awarded to Korea as host nation. Manuel Walter makes a nice hit and roll there, but again, we have a very long guard. It's been a bit of the case for the first couple of ends in this game.
Yeah, not a huge amount of use, really, is it? Suki Morozumi.
Well, makes the hit, doesn't quite find enough cover. We're looking to curl just a tap more. Yeah, it's a tiny chance for Baumann to make a little hit and flop himself. Perhaps set up for a deuce. Had a chance to set up for 2 in that first end. Ended up jamming on his first shot. And then the second end, over curled, tapped that corner guard in. That's really been the story so far. I believe Baumann just not quite on point. So looking to make amends. A little hit and roll here. But I believe this one's not going to curl enough, and I'll be sitting in the open for Japan to make a little hit and roll.
Yep, straight away. Targeting that. Same again.
Seems a bit worried, really.
A very concerned look on his face most of the time. I haven't seen him smile much at all.
sometimes it's hard to get out of the funk a little bit. If you're not making your shots, you start second guessing yourself a lot.
Overanalyze.
Yep, and over adjusting technically, and sometimes best thing to do is just forget about everything and
move on to the next shot.
Yeah, but easier said than done.
This time, what we're going to see, this is more like it.
I actually ended up rolling a bit too far there. Question is there enough space to hit and roll out for the blank? Should be.
He's going to just head up and have a look, and he's heading back now.
Von außen? Von außen. Bisschen mehr. Ah.
So not as straightforward as a blank attempt usually goes. He's going to have to curl across the nose here on the in-turn. But still quite makeable for Baumann here to blank the end.
The last stone of the third. Is it going to stay around? No, it's not. So, as was, blanked after 3. Germany 1, Japan 3.
あとドローも一緒なんだね結局。
So we're into end number 4, and there's the numbers thus far. That 3, a real standout for Japan in the second end. Germany blanking the third, and really hoping to build something here in end number 4. Get some points on the board.
Yep.
Nah ran. Okay, nimm du noch ein bisschen. Du. Weiter. Ja, schön, Ted.
Super. Schöner.
Yeah, perfect start to the end. Nice little top 4 draw from Japan, and now the corner guard from Germany. We'll probably see Japan throw the tight center guard on their yellow shot.
So we've got some stats for you now. Turn accuracy so far, 86% for Kazuki. It's just based on yesterday and today.
this one just slipping into the rings, but I don't think they'll be too concerned with that 2-point lead. But it does allow Germany to make a play on that stone. If it was outside the rings, it would be in the free guard zone, and Germany wouldn't be allowed to hit it.
For Schweizer, the lead is 93%. For Germany.
Schnell!
Sauber!
Null! Yep!
Yep! Ho!
Oh!
Yep!
Oh, yep!
Ho!
Fest, fest!
Ho!
Oh!
Schönes Ding. Gut.
Wunderbar!
Wunderbar.
Blöd!
Yusuke just changing his mind a little bit there, just thinking to come around the center guard. But as soon as he called for the peel in the corner, and the rest of the team were in agreement. Just keeping it simple. Don't want to get too many rocks in play here. They got that 2-point lead, and they didn't really have to force the issue. Really, it's Germany that's going to have to put some stones in play and try and go for their score. Taking off that corner guard just doesn't leave Germany with a whole lot to play around with. So
Schnell Welt. 10.
20!
Kipp.
Mark Muskatowicz, 75%.
10!
Yep.
Yep!
Second player.
Fight!
Gut. Ho! Geht
Ja,
hin.
ja, ja!
Ho! Geht hin. Kipp.
Schön!
Jetzt geht's. Jetzt, hopp, hopp.
Jetzt! Weg! 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 Weg!
Not much of a roll there for Japan.
Wohin? Roll nach außen. Okay.
this has been pretty much the whole game so far. Just hit and rolls, very open. Haven't seen that many draws really.
Langsamer!
Both teams just keeping it fairly simple.
Manuel, halt!
Just, waiting for a mistake perhaps.
Halt! Hey, girl!
Ho! Geht hin.
And
Okay.
there we have a mistake from Mark Muskatowicz rolling out. Will allow Japan to come around the center guard if they want to. Might even see them rip the center guard. Because even if they do make the perfect come around here, Germany will be able to play a very short run back.
Shimizu's numbers aren't great. The Japanese third.
Go, Rake. Go. Young, go. Go.
I assume he didn't have the best of games yesterday.
Weg!
Rake.
I'm sure those numbers will go up over the course of the week.
Go. Rake. Rake. Rake.
Skip comes out just to give that one a helping hand. Here it's coming now.
That's going to improve his stats. Perfect little draw, top 4.
Über den.
Nicht gut, das Stück. Das Backline. Dass wir weit gehen, oder? Ja. Split.
So rum. Kann er vorbeischieren?
Ich bin andersrum leichter.
Andersrum ist das
So
viel
rum.
einfacher.
Spiel mal einfach mit hinten 8.
Ah, schon Backline.
Ja, der Backline ist auch gut.
I really thought they would just play the run back here. but I believe it's called a split. So they're going to come with backline weight, catch about a quarter of that top red, and try and split both the red stones into the house.
He's 74%. So all on the low side.
Set Vollgas.
Oh, können liegen bleiben! Können liegen bleiben! Können raus liegen bleiben! Come around!
I'm not going to make contact with the red guard, but it's able to move that yellow stone off the top four and leave them a little more room to score, so not the worst result.
So let's head over to that other sheet again, sheet B. 2-1 to Switzerland. Third end, last stone from Sven Mikkel. See what he comes up with here. So there's a yellow one in there. A yellow Swedish stone. Is it going to make it? It is not. So a seal of 1 for the Swedes. Frustration for the Swiss. We have a tied game.
Meanwhile, we'll have Manuel Walter try a little nose hit here. So not looking to remove both the yellows, actually wanting to leave one of those yellows as backing. So trying to sit frozen on top, but just going to roll off a little bit there. Always looks so cool, calm and collected, Yuzuki Morozumi and the hack.
Yep, very composed. Goes through his pre-delivery routine.
Just looking for the nose hit here to sit to. Quite happy with that. I believe Germany has called a double here, trying to get to the inside of that yellow stone, just thrown by Morozumi. They might even get a roll in underneath the center guard. Didn't look like he had a lot of room there to do so.
He has the lowest stat of his team, 61% for yesterday and today.
Had a bit of a struggle yesterday, and it's continuing to struggle a wee bit here. That shot never close of getting to the inside. Will roll out and leave Japan a chance to draw and sit 2 and force Germany to score their single. But a good draw here, he might even set up for a steal. So we'll see Morozumi with a hair broom. Of course, only using it to slide with, and that is allowed. Some players just like the feel, and we've
Well
seen
spotted, I never noticed that.
Morozumi's.
It's a comfort thing more than anything, what you're used to.
Yep. He's done that forever. It might even be the same broom he's had for a decade, for all I know. Some
See,
players
it
keep
has-
the same broom forever and ever.
Not used for any brushing or sweeping.
This one hanging wide at the moment. I'm not sure if they called the guard or the draw. I really thought they were playing the draw into the top four, and Gifts just ended up with a pretty good alternative there, guarding the shot zone. Just came a little bit wider perhaps and caught some fresh pebble.
Mit 0 kannst du locker spielen. Wollt ihr auf 0 gehen?
Certainly is
mit 0.
pretty buried.
Perfekt.
Germany thinking about making the appeal to blank here. That's a pretty tough call.
Probiert mal dünn an der Guard vorbei.
He's just looking at the angles and the line, and
Einfach 0.
this is a tough one for Bowman, especially when he hasn't been quite on song with his shots.
I think a tendency is for Skip when he's not making his shots, he tends to go for the more difficult ones because there's less pressure.
It's not, yeah, less expectation of making it. And if it comes off, it's a bonus. So here we go. Catches the guard.
This better not sit.
Spins out.
It's a little too close for comfort, I think, for Bowman.
Kind of got away with it a bit, but still not a great outcome. Steal of 1 for Japan. After 4, Germany 1, Japan 4. Welcome back to the St. Jakobshalle in Basel. Impressive multi-purpose venue built in 1976 and used for sporting and music events. And right now, obviously, it's the venue for the World Men's Curling Championship 2016. Round robin started yesterday, continues today. And this is our featured game between Germany and Japan. And Japan playing pretty steadily. They have a 4-1 lead going into this 5th end. And Germany just not quite getting it together yet. Struggled yesterday. And they have had the chances, Sander. They've had 1 or 2 chances where they could have made something of these ends, particularly with the hammer.
Yeah, already in the first end they had a chance to set up for 2. Couldn't quite make good use of it.
I want to try and get maybe a couple of juice on the board before they head into the break. The 5th end break.
This time Japan will get the center guard, and Germany can't remove that stone from play, so we'll see them come around in the freeze instead. Try and lock the red stone onto the shot stone. Maybe even tap it up a foot or 2. Pretty standard, pretty classic start to curling end, but usually don't get the same end result, do we? Curling end is always different. This one not curling as much as they were hoping, but does lock on the hill. Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi will just come after it on the out turn. Either just freezing the inside or maybe just looking to tap it up a wee bit, try and free that red stone.
Working hard here. Here we go. See, getting past that guard.
Does wiggle that red stone a little bit to the side of the forefoot, but did over curl just a tad. So big pocket for Germany to freeze onto. Some great sweeping action. You'll see that from this whole Japanese team. They're very fit.
Linie ist perfekt! Linie ist perfekt! Er ein bisschen breit! Länge hat er genau! Oh! Sebastian, finish! Gut! Wunderbar! Schön!
Nestles itself in there, in that pocket. Again, he's having to do some great work here. Doesn't manage it this time.
Nein, zu früh.
Ja, ja, noch nicht.
Nochmal den gleichen.
Nochmal der gleiche.
Nochmal hier. Ja. Wenn wir da perfekt Freeze liegen, das können wir irgendwann mal reinhauen.
Really, the first end we've seen things start to congest down the centre line here. Lots of stones in play. It's been fairly open so far. And Germany's going to throw another draw here.
They're happy with the line thus far.
That is very nice. We'll see how that lines up. If they ever hit that red stone We'll see both those yellows fly. So Japan in a bit of trouble here, actually.
And we haven't said that so far in this game.
So just another setup shot for Germany, really, and hit that red stone anyway, and you'll see those yellows fly. So actually, it looks like Japan's going to open things up here. Played the peel on the center guards. Does that quite well. Actually, he spins one of the yellows into the side 12 foot. Now you might think, why not just drill the top red here and sit 4? But it's just a bit too early, and there's still a lot of stones left, and they don't want to leave Japan with too many chances of blasting their way out of the end. So they're going to wait just a tad more before making that move. They're just drawing to the wing here. Oh, I believe we got an early Christmas.
Oh, that's a shame.
So the red lights flashing, just Manuel Walter not being able to release the stone before the hog line.
If it's an okay stone, it stays green. And if it's not, it goes red. Now let's just watch as it hits the hog line.
Bit of lingering there.
We don't see it happening very often.
It's the first one I've seen this week, anyway. That's a bit of a shame. And now we'll see Japan try and...
Bit of a break for Japan for sure. It was looking quite good for Germany in this end. Let's see if they can make use of it.
That's it. Still looking pretty good for Germany. Actually wanting to move their back heel a wee bit to free up the red ones.
Let's just cross over to the other sheet momentarily. Sheet B, the Swedish game, 2-2, fourth end. Last stone from Sven Mikkel of Switzerland.
I believe Sweden are lying 1 on the back 4. This is just a draw for a single.
Lots of stones in play on the outer side of the 12 foot, but he's guiding this one in nicely. Or his sweepers are, and you can hear by the reaction of the Swiss crowd. And a quick look at all the stones, but it is there safely for 1 for Switzerland, and they take a 3-2 lead over Sweden after 4. So we've a lot going on in the middle here.
Warum soll man was verändern?
Geht schon alle 3, gell? Ja. Der hier läuft halt immer hier drauf. Ja, den finde ich gar nicht so gut, weil er wird hier zweimal liegen gleich. Oder einmal zumindest hier.
Ja, aber da würde ich gar nicht
Entweder,
bewegen.
ja, wenn wir jetzt einfach den hier spielen, mit einer...
Ja, aber dann verschieben wir unseren wieder.
Alles.
Dann verschieben
Ja,
wir
aber
unseren
dann was passiert denn dann? Dann läuft der hier hierher, der hier läuft hierher, daher und der rutscht daher. Dann legt man 4-mal hinten mit einem Freeze.
Ja, da war nicht zu schnell sein. Der muss aber weg.
Einfach mit einer 0 oder fast einen Tick schneller.
Nee.
80, dass wir den hier wegbekommen, dass wir viel liegen. Weil hier verliert er genug Kraft, weil wir hier nicht viel
Ja, aber der kriegt dann zu viel ab.
Ja, ich weiß gar
Well,
nicht,
they
ob der so
chant.
weit
There's the
durchkommt.
Ja.
2 coaches on both teams.
Also 80 wird.
Nee, ich würde nicht zu schnell spielen. Wir müssen mit allen liegen bleiben.
Ja.
0.
Doch mit Tick außen bleibt der liegen. Der rollt daher.
18
Maximal.
nur 0.
Ja.
Dass wir den hier auch behalten.
Ja. Dass wir hier in die rollen.
Second player, Marcus Gatowitz, very much involved with this call. And
Nase ist auch nicht schlecht, dann haben wir
what he's saying is
den vorne ab.
try and hit the top yellow here.
Muss außen
You'll
und
see
rutscht der rote zu weit weg.
Ja, ja.
The red combination
Genau Nase.
make that yellow stone on the right hand side move sideways. Might spin one of those red stones onto the back yellow. Leave the shooter in play. Might be lying 4.
This has to be so accurate, though.
20!
Sauber.
So not playing too much weight here, just making sure everything hangs around. See if it works out for them.
Go.
Well,
Ja.
didn't quite move that yellow on the side forfeit, but they seem quite happy with the result for now.
They are shot stone.
Nee.
And I believe when you take a second look here, it might look like a possible triple for Japan. They were playing the nose hit on the stone by Shimizu's brush. You'll see at least 3 yellows very much in motion.
内側に当たっちゃうか当たらないかぐらいのシーン。
Probably catch the back yellow, but I do believe you'll be able to run all 3 reds out the house here. Morozumi does throw the big weight.
Yep, he loves these shots. Oh, well, he gets rid of 2 certainly.
That's a pretty well executed shot.
And not a bad result. 1, 2, and almost a third.
Ja. Muss aber von innen spielen.
Able to keep that back yellow in play, so lying 4. I don't think they're too concerned not having removed that back red.
Yep, they look pleased with that. Seem to be enjoying themselves just a little bit more in this German team at the moment. It's not
It's quite easy when you're 3 up, though.
helps.
Ja, so ist gut.
Just caught that a bit too thick and leaves Japan still in 3.
Kann man noch was mitmachen?
Not exactly what they were looking for there.
Oh, oder nicht.
Does leave the forfeit fairly open.
Boah, dass er oben drüber geht, hä? Haben sie zu viel wischen gelassen.
But it'd be hard to see Germany scoring 2 in this end for sure. As you'll see that last stone just move backwards. Up towards the free guard zone.
Yeah, you don't often see stones going that way.
So Japan just having a look to see if Germany has any chance to get all the yellows moving. It's the first thing you look at when you're assessing the next shot. A lot of reds in the house. Does he have anything for a big score? No, don't think so. Let's move on to where we place this one to make it as difficult for him to score at all.
実際これそんなに見えてるかいヒーロー
The in-turn draw probably looks like the most natural call, but there is a corner guard in play. It might just choke off that draw.
ではこれ勝てばいいでしょ
これの方が危ないやっぱり止まるねもしそれを狙ってくるんだったら止まるようになっちゃう止まるよ
じゃあここ
こう置いたらここ
ここいいと思うこれはない
そしたらもうこれだけ
あとキーが
And I'm just looking at the guard actually, seeing how
それかヒットロフ
probably Germany's easiest shot right now is to play the tap up on that redstone on center line. So they might want to take that away by throwing a tight guard. Just where you see the broom at the very top there, pointing.
Germany red, Japan yellow. Japan are next.
So I believe that is the call here. There you'll see that corner guard with a huge swing in the ice here. That's very much going to be in the way of that in-turn draw. So Murzumi throwing the out-turn. Probably going to place this maybe just splitting the center line. Just wanting to guard that redstone enough for Germany, not so they can't play a tap on it.
伸ばしてイエスイエスイエスフォーク入れイエスイエスイエスフォーク前イエスイエスイエスイエスどっちフォークフォークイエスイエスイエスイエスピンピン Okay.
And I believe that's exactly where they're pointing. Might have actually overcurled a tad. I believe that tap's still available for Germany. Does make it a lot more difficult though.
I think they have overcurled it.
så vi har det ja så dobbelt over triple off
And Germany actually looking if there's a chance to play a slash triple.
Kan man nehmen oder einen Tipp? Die Chance für 3 ist
Say
Well, they could do with pulling something out of the bag here, couldn't they? 4-1 down.
I'd like to say it's there, but you're going to have to throw this very hard. Because you're catching such a thin piece of that first yellow, a lot of the weight comes off it. And you're having to move those two pretty much frozen stones on the back of the house. Just going to have to throw a big, high, hard one to be able to do so. But at this point, 3 down, not having the best of games. Feeling like this might be the chance to turn things around.
So here he goes, last stone of this 5th end. Team's heading into the break after this, but what will be the score? Oh, misses everything. Everything. And hugely disappointing for Team Germany. Goodness me. So after 5, look at that now. Germany 1, Japan 7.
いや来るんだけど絶対引っかかって2点までだと思う
Taking a look at some of the highlights between Japan and Germany. We've got Skip Murazumi with his last stone here. He's looking to score 3 after German skip Baumann crashed on a corner guard and tapped it into the house. And the fifth end. You can see Murazumi's first stone, bit of a key shot here. He's able to effectively play the triple and sit for. And a few moments later, you would see Skip Baumann of Germany try the circus shot, the slash triple. Just a little bit outside, doesn't hit anything. And it's Japan to steal 3 and lead the game 7-1 after 5 ends.
いや来るんだけど絶対引っかかって2点までだと思う。
See the only other game going on in the St. Jakobshalle today, Switzerland, Sweden. Right now is Switzerland leading that game 3-2. As you'll see, coach Thomas Lips on the left, providing some well-needed advice. Things slightly more happy over on the Japanese side. Up by 6 at halftime. It's usually good for morale. Just refueling with a protein bar and some drinks. Still a few ends to go. As we take a look at some of the numbers, Japan out-shooting Germany by 8%. And it's Germany really struggling with their hit game so far. Japan with 4 stolen points. And the last 2 ends we just saw. Of course, that big 3 in the 5th really stands out. Team's just about to get ready for the second half as we enjoy some nice footage from the first half. Team Japan ready to get things underway again here in the 6th end. Up by 6, they're not really going to have to do all that much. Just need to make their simple shots well, defensive shots, just hit anything red really, keep it clean. They will throw this first Yellowstone to the forfeit. This is a time where you definitely can't have any mistakes from the lead player really need to take advantage of that free guard zone.
Perfect. Good up.
That's a perfect corner guard. The kick off the 6th end for Germany. Sebastian Schweizer enjoying a pretty good game so far. This time Japan not wanting to throw any guards, wanting that second yellow into the house, brings the top 12. And Germany is going to throw another corner guard. So you see Schweizer playing 83% so far. He's 97% on his draws, just a few missed hits, bringing his numbers down a wee bit. And I believe he's thrown another perfect corner guard here, perfectly level. No chance of a double takeout on those guards. Really seems to have the draw weight in the back of his pocket.
So Yoshi Yamaguchi, the second, 78%. Improving as the game goes on. Away goes the guard. And where is it going to finish? Out in the wings. No, it's out of play. Over to sheet B again for that Switzerland-Sweden game. Tight game, 3-2 to the Swiss. 5th end, Nicholas Edin with the last stone. Nice shot from Edin. Current champions, can they defend their title? A big ask, hasn't been done since 2003, but it's Switzerland 3, Sweden 4 now after 5. They head into their break. Get some refreshments, regroup for part 2. It's a long way back for Germany in this game against Japan now, after losing 3 in that 5th end. And Japan just really have to play the scoreboard, keep it simple. You get 9,000 people inside here when it's full, but there's a good crowd for a Sunday morning. Enjoying the action. Mark Wiskatovic, his game percentage is good, going up. Second. A couple of nice shots in the last end. So trying to re-establish. So 7-1 down, Sander. That's psychologically, it's hard to get yourself back into it, isn't it?
Yeah, and especially how the game ends up being. You're working so hard to place your guards, your draws and everything, and 5 seconds later, Japan's peeling off the guards. That's it's pretty difficult. but I'm sure they're used to it. There's no curling team out there that hasn't lost a few games.
And you also, experience also tells you that the opposition can miss things, mistakes can happen. You just never know. And it can be one stone that can just make the difference. And that's what keeps you going in this kind of scenario.
So Japan surprisingly keeping a lot of stones in play here. Usually you'll see teams up by 6 just trying to keep things as clean as possible. But all those yellows on the center line in the top of the house, not creating any problems for them yet.
I know, Walter, 80% for this game.
It's never a good sign when you're down 6 and you're having to throw doubles. Does make it though. Does not leave a very difficult shot for Japan. Again, they'll just be able to hit in lie 3.
Das würde ich nicht machen.
Jetzt könnten wir wieder drum rumgehen. Alex, so oder so? Außen.
Problem ist, wir müssen rechts am besten ein bisschen, oder? Sogar den Cameron um die Guard rum.
So now calling the draw around everything.
Aber liegt nicht schlecht, oder? Ah, wohl.
Hä, warum?
Ja, so rum ist einfacher.
Definitely would have made a lot of sense earlier in the end, but it's getting a tad late perhaps.
Hinten dran.
Definitely need to make sure your second shot here. And I believe they're just going to draw around the corner. If you end up lying 4th shot here, there's a lot of work to do. 3 yellow stones to remove to get that stone into play. And they're down to skip rocks after this, so it'd be nice to snag a piece of the 8th here.
Komm. Lassen noch als Weiser. Aber weiter. Okay, schön.
Yep, decent effort.
Just wonder if it's open enough for Japan to come after it though. Probably sees about a thin half. And these shots are just a tiny touch easier. Now with the directional sweeping, you can really control the line a lot more. So you'll see a lot of teams tend to throw the softer weight to have more control.
So, skip stones. Morozumi 90% for this game. He's played some nice ones. Watching the line. Coming round now. And away it goes, nicely played. So another headache for Germany here. The 6th end.
Viel spielen, weil sonst rollt er nicht so weit.
Ja, fast Nase eigentlich. Ja. Wichtiger ist fast, dass unsere Liege bleibt.
Ja, den müssen wir weg, sonst kriegen wir den immer.
Mit Piel!
Ja.
müssen mal gucken, dass wir alle 3 bekommen.
Ja.
Remembering, of course, that 6 ends is the minimum you have to play in round robin, in the round robin stage. And if Germany doesn't score here, I don't think we'll see much more than the 6th end.
Yeah, might just call it quits and regroup, gear up for the next game. 48%, that tells its own story for this game. Alex Baumann.
Normally a very solid player, just hasn't quite found his stride yet, and again, not being able to execute, going to stuff that yellow on the forfeit, roll the shooter out of play. Japan's going to draw, I guess, either a guard of sorts or to lie for. Seemed like they were planning on drawing to the top 4.
Another tough day at the office for Team Germany. So Japan in a great position in this end. Round now, it's coming around that first one, or is it?
Vom Curler geht's ja dicker. Hier.
Genau hier hin. Brauchen wir es so?
Ein bisschen mehr, würde ich sagen. So. Ah, wohl war ein bisschen breit.
Pretty tough draw here for Baumann, but definitely makeable.
Brauchen wir 0?
Nee, das reicht wahrscheinlich nicht ganz.
Ja, da außen. Was war meiner vorhin?
75 und 65 und hinten 8.
Brauchen wir zu weit außen? 90?
Ja, 85 brauchen wir.
85, ja. Vielleicht minimal mehr, weil von außen halt dann nochmal krasser.
So Baumann, from Rastaff, lives in Strasbourg in France. Plays out of Baden Hills Golf and Curling Club. He's a soldier in his other life. What a challenge he's had here.
This one looks pretty good, actually. And we'll find the forfeit for 1.
He's done well there, very well indeed. Under pressure, gets that one spot on. Come on guys, he said. We're 5 shots down, can we do it? After 6, Germany 2, Japan 7. There is a Japanese skip on the big screen.
Gut. Perfekt, yep.
It's for the audience to watch,
Go. Nein, weiter.
as well as seeing the action live on the ice. 2 games going on this morning. Our featured game, which is that one, Germany against Japan, ends 2-5 for Japan, really giving them that unassailable lead. Unless something dramatic happens, they should see this game out and get their first win. Nicely placed from the lead.
Schlagen.
Gleiche Länge.
Freeze.
Calling this one heavy here early on. They're looking to throw the long guard, keep as much separation as possible.
Er geht ein bisschen runter, aber ist noch nah.
This one
Nah dran.
will come a little bit too close to that first guard. Japan not allowed to play a hit on those yet, but that's definitely a chance for a double later on.
And Schweizer has been so accurate with his lead stones, and not that time.
Well, coming a little bit too deep there. Back of the A-foot. That allows Germany to come around and get shot stone.
Ja. Oh, Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut.
Länge stimmt ab.
Linie ist perfekt.
Linie ist super.
Ja, Linie.
Oh, was kann?
Oh, ist gut.
Ja.
Finish.
Hat er.
Halt. Sebastian. Oh.
Komm mal geben.
So schön.
Nicely done from Muskatovic and the sweepers.
Now the free guard so not in play anymore, so Japan, as expected, will throw the double on the guards. Yamaguchi looking to run off both the reds here. Try and roll the shooter away as well, and that is just beautifully executed.
Yeah, when it's going your way, isn't it? Confidence is high, just catches it beautifully.
Sehr weit.
It's just such a grind now for Team Germany, just trying to
Linie kommt gut.
rebuild again and again, get these guards up. I expect it to disappear again. The German guard.
Mittlere kurze. Gute kurze. Nee, kommt genug dann. Wart. Ganz kurze. Ja, mach Finish.
Oh, oh, oh.
Weiter.
Straight down the side of that red line to the guard. Oh,
I was trying to catch that back red, but ends up catching the back yellow. Not too bad, actually. Pretty good shot. Does open up everything. Getting rid of that back one really helps Japan because makes that red stone go away all easier.
yeah, makes it more vulnerable, doesn't it?
Ganz kurz. Gar nichts, gar nichts, gar nichts.
But of course, when you're so close to making it perfect, it's always a little bit disappointing not to.
Okay, mach so ein bisschen Gras. Oh, oh.
But things looking pretty simple for Japan just now.
Geht ab. Oh. Gute. Ja, die quatscht so weit weg.
結構見えるように。半分は見えてないよ。バンパ。結構距離あるよ。赤ね。プラス。はいよ。バンパだよ。ハック。ハック。おうおう。ちょっとよ。ハック。
Hear them call out weights like hack and bumper, quite international. Just a quiet way here, trying to get the shot stone and check to the wing. Does that quite nicely, Shimizu.
ハックだったよね。バンパ。バンパ。
Yeah, if you're Team Japan, you must be feeling pretty good right now.
Nur vorne, ja, vorne 12. Was war da nochmal? Ah, kurzer Schuss.
Weißer Dolly, bisschen überqueren lassen.
Er kann immer hinterher gehen.
Ja.
Wenn man den Spieler spielt, dann Peel, dann können wir den immer noch machen.
Hier drauf.
Ja.
So I think the final call is to freeze yellow shot stone here on the out turn. I'm not even 100% sure if that shot is available with that corner guard being in the way. There's such a big finish on the ice. You're going to have to come very close to that guard.
You've seen how those ones have gone a bit wayward previously.
Scher noch schnell!
Oh, oh, warte, warte.
Ali, das ist gut.
Hin 12.
Oh,
Schnell, Backline. Tick.
nee, schon rum.
Okay.
Curl, 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 curl.
Okay.
Comes up a bit heavy there. We'll tap the yellow.
Ja, Dito.
Should be enough room for Japan to
0.
remove the red without any trouble. Actually looking to play the hit and roll here. Try and sit two.
Yep, that's well within their reach. Let's just glance over to sheet B. We'll give you both. Not missed anything of the other game. Here's Sven Mikkel, last stone, 3-4 down in the sixth end.
I believe that was just a shot to maybe just give up a one, well, depending on who's lying. We might just get a measure here. There's a huge end. Lots of stones in play around the forefoot. Both teams using their timeouts just prior to that shot.
we'll check an update on that in a moment. But look at ours, our featured game, and Japan did manage that, and they lie 2.
Yeah, it's a nice shot, but does end up in behind the tee line. Might work for Germany's benefit. Bit of a catcher. Germany draws top 4 here. There's 2 Yellowstones in behind. It might be a little hard for Japan to get it out. Saying that, the Gart is a tad long, so even with the perfect draw here, Japan should be able to come after it.
Ja, Rookie.
Das ist perfekt. Nur Länge, Linie.
Wie lang?
Lang.
Wie lang?
Oh, in 4.
Weiter, Donny!
Hat mehr.
Wow, Kirk, hier! Weg!
I'd say that's a pretty good draw by Baumann. Does pop out the other side, but it's pretty hard to peel that out on the intern on the left-hand side without jamming on the back yellow. Might be good enough to score 1 though, even if you do jam it. So I think they're just going to play this peel, make sure they score 1.
早いのさ、このブラシ落ちすぎるときあるから気をつけて。結構ギリギリのラインだから、こっちの多分曲がる方がいいんだけどさ、行っちゃって向こうにさ、スペースが
Not been a great game for Alex Baumann.
だけど、こっちがさ、落ちすぎちゃうときない。それだけ。本当に危ないときだけ叫ぶ。どっちにしろね、ちょっとぐらい厚く当たっても、全部出るから。
So Yuzuki Morozumi with the last stone of this 7th end. His team have a 7-2 lead. And it is 1 yellow. Make it 8. And where does that leave us, I wonder? After 6, Germany 2, Japan 8. On to end number 7. And there we go. Sweden did get 2 there, steal of 2. Bit of a turning point in that game, and that gives them a, I think, a 6-3 lead now. Yeah, going into the 7th end. We're in the 8th end in our featured game, and it's 8-2 to Japan here over Germany. It's been really Japan all the way. Germany have had 1 or 2 opportunities, but they haven't been able to make them count. So they have the hammer in this end and get the guards up and try and build to get a score.
So no double available for Japan. Just looking for the single peel. No problems for Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi.
Comparison of the seconds. Yamaguchi, Muskatovic, 85 to the 75 overall. Although Muskatovic hasn't had too bad a game at all.
It's not fun putting up the guard hoping for a miss from a guy that's playing 91% on hits.
Well, it means he doesn't get them all the time. Sometimes when you least expect it in curling, it happens.
This is a pretty straightforward shot, just a corner guard peel. When you see a miss, it's usually just a lack of focus.
Certainly doesn't look as if he's got a lack of focus there, does it?
Very much on point, makes the peel.
There it goes, avoids his own. Oh, Muskatovic tries again.
This is what I mentioned earlier, where you're struggling to put up the guard, sweeping a lot of effort being put in to put the guard in the right spot, and then very few moments later you'll see Japan just peel it out. It's a bit disheartening.
But as you say, it happens to both teams all the time, so...
Yes.
And occasionally things do go awry.
So a bit of cat and mouse just now. Germany hoping for a miss. If they don't get one, they're going to have to make a move, either come around the corner or maybe in around those 2 yellows.
Alex, ich würde aber hinten 12 Fuß gehen. Nein, nein, nein. Ja, dass wenn du den gehst, dass so den Double nicht hat.
I think Muskatovic saying, yeah, let's come around the corner, but let's make sure we draw deep enough, because we're probably going to have to come around those yellows on the next shot after Japan peels the corner. And if we leave it too high, we'll leave an angle for a double. So they're going to come deep here, because they're going to have to come deep with their draw around the yellows. Try and leave a flat double. That is if my German was
Hinterbild, Jungs. Fest, super.
Sounded
Up
good
to
to me.
scratch.
Schauen. Ja, ja, so tiefer geht. Fest, fest, fest. Fest. Noch ein bisschen. Wunderbar. Fest, Jungs.
So, pretty good drop.
こっちからそれか前前でもいい気がするけど笑っちゃうか
And it's pretty well buried, so Japan's just gonna peel the corner. And then we'll see if Germany comes around those yellows as he talked about.
いやそのまんまでいいJa, ja. Ja, ja. Gerade noch so flott. 90. Macht sehr gut.
Länge ist perfekt.
Hart, Muki.
Muki.
Hart, hart, hart.
Zur Richtung.
Ich brauch Länge.
Hart, Muki.
Fest.
Ja, Muki.
Ja, auf Länge. Na. Ja. Na. Ja, ja, fest.
Fest, Muki. Drück.
Working this one hard here, trying to get it tucked into position.
Weiter, 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 weiter.
Just lightly touched that yellow on the way back, on the way by.
There's still a bit of it sticking out there, isn't there?
I believe Japan's called a double run here. Yellow, yellow, red. Trying to get at least one redstone off or out of the house, and at the same time just open up things, spill those yellows.
Clear things away, tidy up. 8-2 up.
Big. Whoa. Big.
Whoa. Pocket.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Hit that.
1, 2, 3, and maybe not quite.
And we're hoping to get that double actually. And does leave 2 yellows at the top of the house.
Not far away. Getting that outside red. Comparison of the skips, Maruzumi and Baumann. 93% overall to 59. He's had a hard graph today. Alex Baumann again. Still only the second game though, so still time.
Voll! Muki! Voll Dampf! Voll, voll! Hart! Sauber! Gut! Schön!
Ah, wird schon schwer. Gut.
So Maruzumi's last stone.
Yeah, I believe he's trying to slash double here. Get both the reds.
Where's it going to finish? Is it going to spin? Yes, it is.
There we
Oh,
go.
that tried to hang on, didn't it? Good shot from Morozumi. You never quite know what those ones are going to do, do you?
Well, I was spinning for a long time.
And of course, the shouting definitely helps. Go, go, go. I just watched that one on the replay. I enjoyed it. So one solitary yellow in the house. 8th end last stone by Alex Bowman.
I believe he's just playing a nose hit here to score one. Put another point up on the board before shaking hands. I can't see them playing on here with only 2 ends to go. 5 down.
Yeah, long, long way back if they were to continue. And they're not. And it is victory for Japan. Led right from the start, had control of most of the game. Good win for them. The German team will move on to game number 3 and hope to get on track. But there we are, the final score, Germany 3, Japan 8. And they're delighted, as you can see, their first win.
Bit of a fan favourite. They've always been, Team Japan. Very likeable bunch of guys. And with that game coming to an end, we're going to hop over to sheet B and follow the game between Switzerland and Sweden. Sweden up by 3 after that huge steal of 2 in the 6th end. And it is the home team having it all to do to turn the game around as we will enter the game in the 8th end. We're at lead rocks. It's Kristoffer Sundgren, lead for Sweden with his 2nd stone of this 8th end, having placed the first one in the 1 foot. He's going to put this one top 8.
Går igenom frost nu. Håll igång, håll igång. Håll igång. Kom igen, håll igång, ligger bra. Håll igång, håll igång. Bra där, fint. Ganska stort frostparti där precis runt kameramannen. Allin.
Simon Gempler, lead for Switzerland. Very much the same type of end we saw in the last half hour between Germany and Japan. It's Switzerland needing to put up a couple of corner guards. But Gempler here with a big mistake, slipping into the rings. So Christian Lindström playing at 77% will be looking to play a little hit and roll. It does actually punch that Yellowstone in behind the corner, and that was not exactly what they were looking for. A chance for Switzerland to play a freeze on that in behind cover.
Freeze!
Enrico Pfister at 63%. Maybe not enjoying the best of games today.
Okay.
Makes a pretty good draw here, though. As you'll see, Nicholas Sudin, no hesitation, will call for the peel of the corner guard. Just keep it open, keep it simple. As you see, Swedish second player Lindström with a huge extension. He's able to throw those so hard, and he ends up pinballing through and basically sandwiching that Redstone on the wing. Nicholas Edin didn't seem too happy with that result. It's the only game left here in the St. Jakobshalle. Having only seen 2 games for this draw. 12 teams, 4 sheets. Just how the schedule goes. But still a decent crowd in today to watch the home team. As Switzerland just puts up that corner guard again.
Rent. Ja. Bra. Halv. Håll er.
Mark Pfister throwing 71% so far. There's 7 ends of play. He's struggled a bit on his draws, playing 38% on 4 draws. And this corner guard perhaps slipping all too deep. I'm not sure if Dean's going to do anything different.
De kan göra den då, men... Eller vill man gå ner och tappa lite? Ja. Ja. Rent. Ja. Ja, ja, ja. Snyggt.
So that was a third player, Oskar Eriksson, just peeling the corner guard.
Nee, das machen wir. Ich glaube, der bringt er nicht weg im Moment. Ausser wir kommen hier gerade. Leicht so oder bis hier. Findest du besser? Sag hier. Da.
You'll see the swap of brooms here. Chucking the brooms down the A's. It's all about the directional sweeping. Some pans will be a bit broken in, and some will be all fresher, a little more abrasive for the directional sweeping, especially used on takeouts. You might have 2 abrasive brushes to make it curl or curl a lot less, all depending on what you need to do. This one over curling, looking to check to the wing there. And even though these reds look pretty flat, they're quite grouped, and with the upweight ability of Nicholas Edin, I'd say it's very possible for him to make this double.
The 2015 world champions there.
Just hearing Nicholas Edin saying, well, telling his front end, we're going to go hard for this one. Really try and make it. You might see a big extension here.
86%, that's that extra surge, isn't it? That extra push.
This is flying down the ice. And actually will end up catching that too thin. But just stick on the back one for shot stone.
Sweden yellow, Switzerland red.
Så, oder? Kappe. 12.
I can tell you the directional sweeping doesn't have
12,5, oder?
that big an effect on an upweight shot like that from Niklas Edin.
Ja. 12,5.
Switzerland with a good chance here to get their 2. It's Sven Michael having to come after the shot stone. Yeah, play a little tap and roll, just hit 2.
He hasn't had a great game from that statistic. We haven't seen an awful lot of it, but 64%. Seems to be absolutely spot on here. Nicely done by Sven Mikkel. Crowd enjoyed that one.
I'm not sure if he could have played that any better, actually.
Certainly done enough to ask the question of Niklas Edin.
Jag tror inte han missar upp en chapp, det gör han inte. Lite mer, tror jag så. Ligger de typ jämnhöjd så ska jag i alla fall dra full 4 eller något sånt där då. Ja. Ja. Slå och rulla in. Ta chappen lite utkika mot den andra och styra in också. Den är nästan bättre. Är den bättre, Åge? Slå och få in den där. Större chans att få den på frys. Ja. Det är lite utsida, 8.
So changing the call here. They're looking to play just a hit and roll off the yellow. Now they're going to catch the outside. Actually,
is that an easier shot?
No, it's a tougher shot, but it's a better result because you'll get a lower roll, squeezing this stone that's already in the house off the red stone. It's going to end up in the middle of things, and
There's no roll there.
no, just in between shots.
So slightly misfiring on both of his shots, Niklas Edin.
So great chance for Switzerland to draw for 2. It's a pretty routine shot for Sven.
And there he goes. And his other one sitting there nicely. So 2 for Switzerland. Big cheer from the largely Swiss crowd. Narrows the gap after 8. Switzerland 5, Sweden 6. Welcome back to our live coverage of the World Men's Curling Championship 2016. This is the game we're concentrating on now. Sweden and Switzerland. 6-5 to the Swedes. Going into this 9th end. Switzerland closing the gap there in that previous end. Alison Walker and Sander Rovak bringing you all the action live from the St. Jakobshalle in Basel in Switzerland. Fantastic arena and great atmosphere building on the second day.
Draussen, kannst du ein bisschen rein? Aufpassen, dass es nicht verhungert, hä? Kannst du noch ein bisschen? Okay.
Linjen okay. Hey, vänta då.
So Sweden with a hammer,
Kom med mycket nu.
try and build up the end.
Kom med mycket nu. Ta den längre, den blir för gömd. White 4, okej. Ja, räcker nu, den kommer inte så mycket. Räcker nu. Nej, räcker. Snyggt. Bra skott.
Linie ist gut. Sicher bist du dran. Platz. Linie ist gut. Zieh! Zieh Linie! Zieh Linie! Go, weiter. Campen innen noch, nebendran. Go. Gut so. Schon an!
It does make the double. Wasn't exactly the way they were calling it, but quite happy with the result. Even with the throwing it the thick way, with that kind of speed, they were able to roll the shooter quite far away, opening things up.
Linie ist nicht so schlecht. Ein bisschen Görle. Linie ist gut. 2. Linie ist gut. Oh. Tempi. Oh, ist gut. Top. Du selber irgendwann auf die gleiche Höhe gehabt, oder nicht? Mit dem zweiten.
Christian Lidström from Östersund in Sweden. Lives in Karlstad, and all this team play out of Karlstad Curling Club. And the record for the Swedish team really impressive. Team Switzerland, relatively new team as well. Finished 7th in the men's last year in Canada.
Well, this one slipping way deep, and that's going to allow Sweden to play a double here. Really struggling with his draw weight, Mark Pfister.
Sex, det är bra.
So this is Oscar Eriksson. Left-handed delivery.
Rent. Wow. Rent. Bra.
And there we go, both reds will fly out.
Just looking at Oscar's resume, and he's had an impressive few years. He's gone gold, bronze, silver, gold, gold, gold. That's not bad going at Worlds, at Europeans and at university games. So his trophy cabinet must be expanding all the time. As is yours, Sander. As the world mixed doubles champion.
World mixed, actually.
World mixed curling champion. The first one ever, so always special to win something the first time.
Just crashing on that top yellow there. So the redstone very much exposed for Sweden. Looking to play all hit and roll here. Trying to leave these yellows separated.
Is that gettable, do you think?
I think very first glance the triple might be on here.
Just maybe needed that last yellow just to be a little bit further out.
I think you're quite happy if you're Sweden, you're one up with last stone, and your opponent's going to have to throw a triple on and skip rocks. Even if you get a blank end here, I think Sweden's very happy to come into the last end with a 1 point lead. But Switzerland really needing a good shot here.
It's going go Gempi, go Gempi. 1, 2.
It's too thick.
Yeah. Good try.
Not sure if you'll agree, Alison.
Just, yeah, you can see, yeah, he knows.
Spins up to line third shot. So Sweden doesn't really have to make a plate on that red stone. You can just draw in there to line 3.
This has a very upright delivery, doesn't he? Nicholas Edin. Very smooth.
I believe he gets a bit lower for the peel shots.
Has had some back issues in the past, but all seems to be behind him.
This one just slipping all too deep, but it's still pretty good. Sweden never scores 2 here. It's pretty hard for Switzerland to get back. I think that's what Sven Michael is realizing, that he's playing the simple double out in the wing. He's going to concede 2, it's not going to be enough. It's going to be 3 down against Nicholas Edin. So he's going to try and play the freeze here on the wing. A pretty risky shot. If this was the first end, there's no way he's playing this shot. It's just circumstantial.
That's how things change when you get towards the end of a game. Strategy and tactics change.
Yeah, just need to try here. Don't want to be 3 down against Sweden. It's not the best opportunity, but it's what they have. And this one, not really finding the line. And I believe Sweden already lying 2. It's a draw for 3, and pretty much the game here for...
He knows that could be it. Tiny margins. And especially against a team like Sweden. Last stone of this 9th.
Kom igen båda! Järnet in volta! Kom igen!
And there it goes to secure the points and the win for Sweden. Sven Mikkel was hoping his shot could have just taken the game on a bit and given him another chance, but Sweden just taking their chance, and in the end, it's Switzerland 5, Sweden 9. And win number 2 for Sweden. And 1 defeat and 1 win for Switzerland. But both move on to the next game. This was our featured game, Sander, an 8-3 win for Japan.
Yeah, we saw German skip Baumann struggle a wee bit. Japan very much on point. And taking a look at some of those highlights. In the second end, it is Japan being left with a fairly straightforward nose hit to score 3. Skip Morizumi, no problems, as he is able to put 3 up on the board early on. In the fourth end, it is Skip Baumann of Germany with a tricky little pick to blank the end, but ends up over curling, nearly putting a second yellow in the house, but it's just spinning out. But still a steal of 1 for Japan. And in the fifth end, firstly we saw Morizumi on his first stone, bit of a key shot where he effectively plays a triple, moves all the reds out the forefoot to sit 4. And in the end, it was Baumann on his last stone, having to play a slash triple to try and get back. Well, this one never making contact, and it's a big steal of 3 for Japan. That would bring the scoreline to 7 shots to 1. And in the sixth end, Germany again faced with a whole heap of trouble, drawing against 4. But this time, German skip Baumann fills out a beautiful draw, finds the tee line, scores 1. But in the eighth end, they would concede after trailing by 5. Final scoreline: Japan 8, Germany 3. Also, we just saw Switzerland and Sweden play. Bit of bonus curling after our future game finished. I was Sweden picking up a win on the Swiss, and those were the only 2 games out there this morning in the St. Jakobshalle.
So after session 3, that's the state of play. Scotland and Sweden, 2 wins, 2 losses. Canada, Denmark, 1-0. Japan, Norway, 1-1. Same as Russia and Switzerland. Finland and the United States, 1 defeat, in Germany and Korea, still without a victory, 0-2. Well played, first win. How does it feel?
We are very excited, and our teammate really throw really good. So I think bad start, but I can do the. I want to go the qualify, so just do best.
What do you think made the difference against Germany?
We always do aggressive curling, so it's difficult question. We talk sweeping problem with teammates. Really better than the first game, so it's different.
So sweeping made the difference to the win.
Yeah.
Well done, well played.
Thank you.
For the moment, hope you've enjoyed it. The next round robin draw beckons very soon. From me, Alison Walker and Sandra Rovag. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.